August 1944, 20,000 feet above Nazi Germany. A formation of B-17 flying fortresses burns fuel and prayers, knowing the fighters that brought them this far must soon turn back. But today, something is different. Today, a silver-skinned Predator with checkered nose art stays with them. All the way to Berlin, all the way back. The bomber crews called it their guardian angel. The Luftwaffe called it the end. History calls it the P-51 Mustang. Welcome to the classic hangar, where legends live forever in aluminum and steel. This is the story of the fighter that changed everything. The aircraft that turned the tide of the air war over Europe. The machine that proved range, speed and firepower could exist in a single, breathtaking package. This is the North American P-51 Mustang. In April 1940, as Britain fought for survival, the Royal Air Force walked into North American aviation with a desperate proposal: design and build a completely new fighter in just 120 days. Impossible. Lead designer Edgar Schmude accepted immediately. Working around the clock, the team created the most aerodynamically refined fighter of the war. They gave it a revolutionary laminar flow wing, razor-sharp, slicing through air with minimal drag. They positioned the radiator to actually create thrust from waste heat. They crafted a bubble canopy that gave pilots unmatched visibility. October 26, 1940, just 102 days later, the first Mustang flew. But early Mustangs powered by Allison engines struggled above 15,000 feet. Effective for ground attack, but not exceptional. Not yet legendary. Then came the breakthrough. In 1942, a test pilot had a revelation. Pair this airframe with Britain's Merlin engine. The Packard-built Merlin 61 transformed everything. Suddenly it breathed at 40,000 feet. Suddenly it could fly 1,650 miles. Suddenly it could escort bombers to Berlin and fight home. The P-51D Mustang was born, and the Luftwaffe's days were numbered. Imagine this. You're strapped into 1,695 horsepower of Packard Merlin Fury. The four-bladed propeller claws at the air, rotation, wheels up. The Mustang climbs like it's been shot from a cannon, 3,475 feet per minute. Level flight at 25,000 feet, 437 miles per hour. Faster than anything the Luftwaffe could field, but speed alone doesn't win dogfights. The Mustang could turn, roll faster than a Spitfire, and dive without the wings tearing off. 6 50 caliber Browning machine guns pumped out devastating firepower, converging 300 yards ahead. One burst and enemy fighters disintegrated, and the range. With drop tanks, the Mustang could fly from England to Berlin and back, over 1,650 miles. No other fighter could do that. The P-51 didn't just protect bombers, it hunted the Luftwaffe to extinction. The Mustang's arrival in late 1943 changed everything. Before P-51s, daylight bombing over Germany meant catastrophic losses. Bombers falling in flames, crews lost by the hundreds. Fighter escorts ran out of fuel, leaving bombers defenseless. When the Mustangs came, the slaughter ended. March 1944. Big week. Over 1,000 bombers strike deep into Germany with P-51 escort the entire way. Luftwaffe fighters rise and are destroyed. Mustang pilots claim 230 kills in 6 days. By D-Day, Silver Mustangs own the skies. They strafe trains, destroy airfields, and massacre any enemy aircraft that dares take off. The numbers: P-51 pilots destroyed 4,950 enemy aircraft, more than any other Allied fighter. But the real victory was strategic. Because of the Mustang, the Allies bombed German industry to rubble. Because of the Mustang, the Luftwaffe bled irreplaceable pilots. Because of the Mustang, Germany's war machine died. Pilots loved the Mustang. That spacious cockpit, the bubble canopy visibility, the smooth, responsive controls, it felt like an extension of your body. But the P-51 wasn't invincible. The liquid-cooled Merlin was magnificent, but vulnerable. One bullet through the coolant system meant 5 minutes before engine seizure. The thin wings couldn't absorb punishment like a rugged P-47 Thunderbolt. Early fuel tanks were fire hazards until self-sealing versions arrived. Still, in skilled hands, the P-51 was unbeatable. It forgave mistakes, rewarded aggression, and turned good pilots into aces. The fighter every pilot wanted and every enemy feared. When the war ended, the Mustang didn't retire. It fought in Korea, served worldwide, and still roars across airshow skies today, reminding us of when freedom hung on the edge of a laminar flow wing. But the P-51's true legacy isn't measured in airframes still flying. It's measured in bomber crews who made it home, because a Mustang watched their six. It's measured in the fact that when people think of World War II fighters, they see that sleek, silver shape with the bubble canopy and checkered nose. The Mustang didn't just win the air war, it defined what a fighter should be. Fast, agile, powerful, and beautiful. It set the standard. Every fighter since has been measured against it, and most fall short. This is why the P-51 Mustang has earned its place in the classic hangar, not just as another fighter, but as the fighter. The one that mattered most. The one that changed history. The one that proved excellence in design and courage in combat can achieve the impossible. When you see a Mustang, you're not just looking at an aircraft, you're looking at the machine that saved the world. If the roar of the Merlin stirs your soul, hit that like button. Subscribe as we explore legendary aircraft that defied gravity. Comment below, which classic warbird should we feature next? The Spitfire? The Corsair? You decide. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon. And remember the machines that carved freedom into the sky.